Greetings, viewers. Welcome to this partial video, I guess, of the Dell Precision T3500. The reason why I say partial video is I have already done all of the upgrade work and all the diagnosis and everything else on this because I forgot that I wanted to shoot a video of this project. Oops. Well, oh well. I guess it's here now in all of its glory. Obviously, this was a freebie from work, which you can tell. I can't get that sticker off. Maybe if I use some Goo Gone and some elbow grease it would come off, but I don't know that I care that much. So, I left the optical drive in place, which came in handy because I actually was originally going to just run Proxmox VE on this, but I've decided that as part of its temporary job, which is to say I'm going to use it as the low-end radio server over at the other place, I'm just going to run Windows Server on this, Server 2019, with VirtualBox, as with basically all the other servers. Most of them are running Windows 8 with VirtualBox, but they're all VirtualBox at the end of the day. Not the best and most professional solution, but it works fine for home use, which is what this is. I'm a little disappointed that the network LED on the front does not flash with network activity, but it doesn't. This shipped with a Xeon W3503 and I think 4 gigabytes of memory. I've pretty much maxed it out now. It's got a Xeon X5570, which is hyper-thread capable, so I wonder if hyper-threading is turned off. Because I was only getting 4 cores on this earlier. Where's the mouse? Let me see if I can find all the information here. Multi-core, hyper-threading. Yep, it's off. So, I don't know why it's off. The other CPU, the W3503, doesn't support hyper-threading, so that's actually probably why it was turned off. But, might as well be on this system because it supports it. Trying to move this mouse is almost impossible. I've also maxed it out, as you can see, 24 gigabytes of memory. I tried putting in 48, and it would show up as 48 here, but for whatever reason the number of active channels was only 2, and even though all the memory modules were populated, every time I would turn it on, it would post and give me an error message: DIMM failure in DIMM, or memory failure in DIMM, and a number, 5, 2, 3, 6, whatever. It was a different number every time, and I got tired of playing memory module bingo with this, and I looked it up, and apparently this thing only supports 4 gigabytes per module, or at least that's the official Dell specification. My camera claims that it's running out of batteries, which I don't believe because it was fully charged 2 minutes ago. So, I'll keep on going, and the video will probably shut off, and I'll get mad and throw the camera off the wall or something. I don't know. Probably won't throw the camera off the wall. I'm not that bad with some of my tempers. But anyway, NIC failure. That's an interesting error message. Lots of chassis intrusion. Errors. Yes. Mark everything as red. Alright, so go ahead and we'll exit. It'll turn off for some reason. Originally this had a 160 gig hard drive in it because didn't really need anything for booting, and I didn't think I actually had any more small SSDs left. But it turns out I have a 128 gig, which is probably a lifesaver for Windows Server 2008, or 2019. I was going to run 2008 on this, but I need 64-bit, so. Now watch, it'll probably give me an error message for one of the memory modules. Oh, it didn't. Wow, I'm impressed. So here we go. This is actually the first boot on the SSD. I just cloned it a few minutes ago. Yeah, it's still not great boot time, but it's better than it was. It is a cheap SSD, so. Oh, great. Now it's got to install updates. I think I'm going to go ahead and switch the battery on this camera. Okay, booted up here. It's running some more updates because it has yet more of those. Now, the one thing that we will need to do on here is I will need to format the 2 hard drives that are installed in this, because it's got the SSD, which is 128 gig, and it's also got a 1.5 terabyte and a 1 terabyte hard drive for data storage, which is fine. That's the way that it should be. You can see they're unallocated completely. So we're going to allocate them. Actually, before I do that, Bluebirds. What on earth? I wonder if there's this disk drive was because this is a completely fresh installation. This optical drive came out of something, I don't remember what, but apparently the firmware was changed. That's kind of interesting. So we'll give it F. I don't care. Can I format it? Am I allowed to format it? No, I don't want to do that because that might brick the drive. Not that I care, I don't really need it for anything. So, format. I only need to do a quick format because the drive is good, there's nothing wrong with it. And then the same thing for this. It's a little bit smaller. Oop. Oh, come on. Where's the end key? Anyway. Yeah, there's a reason why this keyboard that I'm using is my test keyboard. Not a piece of junk. Okay, it wants me to reboot. Yeah, so there we go. Now it's saying 8 threads. That's good. That's much better than what it was before. Temperatures, probably not great. But given this thing doesn't have a baffle that goes over top of the actual heatsink, and there's no fans in the back, I'm thinking about maybe putting some fans in the back of this, because there's space for, I think, 2 80mm fans back there. I might go ahead and install them later. But for right now, it's not overheating or anything like that, so it's probably fine. And the actual disk drives themselves are here, or will be here once this program refreshes all this. I don't know why it's decided it's going to do what it's done, which is to say take forever. But I'm not surprised. All I did was ask for a simple disk refresh. What is going on? You can see here 99% on the SSD. This system only supports SATA 3 gigabit per second. So I'm only using these SATA 3 gigabit per second drives. Other than the SSD, which is a 6 gigabit per second, but there's not much you can really do about that. I think basically all SSDs are 6 gigabit per second. So, anyway. It works. There it is. I'll reboot it. Like I said, I enabled the automatic logins the next time it starts up. I should just automatically log into this. This is the part that takes forever. I don't know why it takes so long. Oh, here it goes. It sits on a 3.4 for quite a while. Probably because there's 24 gigabytes of memory in there, and it has to make sure that all of it's real. like I said, it's not fast, but that's way faster than it was on the hard drive. So I think we're good on that. Date and time's okay. I'll adjust it with the NTP server later. I'm not worrying about file storage or anything like that, because I don't need it for right now. I mean, I could. Maybe I should, actually. Just use this for file storage instead of the, other one, but I'd have to rsync somehow. And Delta Copy is the program I usually use, but you need a server and a client for that, and I don't really feel like setting up Delta Copy as a server on this. Although I probably could. Maybe I should. But I think I'm probably going to just go the VM route. That might be the better plan. At least for the time being. I don't know. I guess we'll see, but this is working. You can see in settings here, everything's there. Xeon, 24 gigabytes of installed memory, 64-bit, data center, server 2019. It's working fine. All 6 slots are used, which is fine. So, looks like it's working pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close the video with that. This thing is ready to go. Thank you for watching, and if you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below.